Hello. It is noonish. I don't know exactly what time because I can't see. Gary's just, you can see him there walking across. He's just going in. We're at the Western Canada Development Museum in Moose Jaw. And Moose Jaw, what a horrible place for RVs. But, we got to a parking lot that we can actually get into that is big enough for us. And he's walking in there to find out how much it will cost us to go through. We just don't want to be paying a huge dollar. We don't mind paying a bit. But, if he comes back and says, well, it's $40, we ain't doing it. Um, but yeah, it's an interesting building. It was really difficult to get into it. They don't have any signs that sort of point the way and say, this is where you go to get in. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own. So we did a few wrong turns at Cucamonga, and here we are. Um, Downtown area we drove. We tried to find the casino. We didn't find it. They say it's on Main Street. We drove Main Street. It's not bad. It's a 4-lane type of street, so not too bad to drive. But we didn't see the casino, and we drove Main Street twice. We saw a sign that said casino parking, but didn't actually see the casino itself. So not really sure what's on with that. Anyway, we're probably just going to look in this museum. I really want to see it. It's a transportation type of museum, and so I want to see it if we can. But then I think we're just going to go on to Regina. Moose Jaw is really falling. They have they used to have a big Canadian Tire. They got none anymore. They have a superstore, and they have a Sobeys for groceries. But there's a lot of empty stores. The mall has a lot of empty places. You can see that it's falling. So um, towns on the prairies tend to go up and down, or cities on the prairies, tend to do this. But anyway, we shall see. Gary's coming back out, and we'll see how much it costs, and and then we'll let you know after we've been inside and come back. We'll let you know what it cost us and all the rest if we go in. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.
We're in Regina, Saskatchewan. We had been in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and we went to the Western Development Museum there. It's all on transportation. So they had cars in there, boats, airplanes, and trains. It was actually quite interesting. I got excited when I found a rocket in there that they had sent up in Churchill, and I had been part of the team that worked on it back in the 60s, in the late 60s, and I never knew what happened. I never did see the finished product, but it was kind of neat to see what it eventually turned out to be like. It was nice there. The people were really friendly, and we spent a good 2.5 hours there wandering around. I have some still photos, and what I'm going to do is, as I'm talking, probably on this video, I'm going to slip in the odd picture also to be able to show you what we were looking at. There was one, the travel trailer of the 50s.
Yeah, that was neat.
It was really neat inside. And as you see, I looked through the door of the place, and here was all wood finished in there. It must have been heavier than the Summit gun, but it was really quite unique. A lot of the things they had there, they had pictures of a shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're probably thinking, we're out on the prairies. How in the world could there be a shipwreck? Well, in the early days, there was paddle boats that were on the North Saskatchewan and the South Saskatchewan River. And they went from Moose Jaw to Winnipeg. And it was actually quite good. They had their trials and tribulations. In the summertime, the water would be so shallow that they had to be careful of the sandbars and everything. This one
That went from Medicine Hat.
This one went to Medicine Hat, and as it was going, it was during the early part of spring, and there was floodwaters, and something, a telegraph wire or something, tangled up the rudder in this ship, and it smashed into one of the pilings for the bridge in Saskatoon. And in Saskatoon, there was pictures at the museum there too of the smashed up boat. It was carrying a load of flour. And of course, the flour kind of floated away.
No lives were lost, though.
No lives were lost, but it was one of the major boating disasters in Canada at the time. So anyway, that was our excitement, and then we drove from Moose Jaw over to Regina, where we're sitting right now.
And we need to make a correction to what I said in the video earlier. They do have a Walmart. We did stop at their Walmart there. We asked at the museum, and they told us, oh yeah, they did have one, and they showed us. And the Canadian Tire hadn't actually closed. It had actually just moved up the road a ways and was even bigger. It was an even bigger store. So those were two things I had commented on the beginning of this video, and that I just wanted to correct. Oh, and it cost us $12 each to go into the museum as seniors. Full price was $13, so it's cheap to go in. If you're ever in Moose Jaw, you should. It's something to see. It was really, really interesting to see.
Anyway, that's about it for today. We're just drifting on. We're not sure what we're going to do. We're going to try and find us a place where we can hole up for a few days, and going to get some fuel across the street there, and then we're going to see what we can find, where we can stop for a few days.
Well, it's either a Walmart or maybe there's a truck stop around that we can get to or something. We're not sure at this point where we're going to go.
I know where to find the truck stop in Saskatoon, but we're not quite there at the moment.
And we're not really heading in that direction because it's north.
Yeah.
So we're heading toward Winnipeg, which is east. So, yeah. So we're hoping there should be a truck stop here someplace, but who knows? We've been laughing as we've gone along. Tell them about the construction.
There's been construction ever since we hit the border of Saskatchewan from Alberta. And they keep saying that there's fresh oil for the next 12 kilometers. Well, we finally found it after going through
about 100 kilometers or more.
I'd say it's 150.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we finally found some fresh oil on the road. And it wasn't very long, but it's the roughest road in creation.
We had lots of construction signs. Never saw a person, not a truck, nothing. Not even a guy leaning on a shovel. I mean, there was just nobody on the road. But we had the big signs, construction for the next 5 kilometers, and it was like, okay. And then there wasn't any. There was like nothing. So we're really not sure if they're just putting signs up and taking photos of them and telling the government they've done something or not. That's kind of been our joke anyways as we've gone along. But yeah, it's strange. Because usually you see the construction and they stop you and you're stopping and going and stuff, but not here. No. So, yeah.
Well, it's Saturday too, so it's
Yeah,
We sort of have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
in most places they work Saturdays and Sundays and right through the summer to get it all done, but man, this is Saskatchewan, so
That's why I moved.
yeah, Gary was born and raised here. Then he got out when he got older.
Couldn't stand the
He
pace here.
escaped. He escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go find something to do. We just have our food. We just we had some chicken salad left over from yesterday, and so we had chicken salad sandwiches, and that was basically it. Chicken salad and cheese sandwiches for supper tonight. We did pick up a few groceries. We picked up a whole bunch of snacks. We were hungry when we went in the store. It wasn't good. So you know how that goes. You pick up the snacks. So we got munchies and crunchies and things like that, chips and salsa and I don't know, and dessert. We've got dessert, pecan tarts. So we're looking forward to those later on. But Bree's finished her supper, so I guess we're able now to travel. We cannot drive when the dog wants to eat because she'll stop and then she won't eat for hours. She doesn't just continue, even if we go out. If we leave the motorhome in the middle of her eating, she'll stop eating and she won't eat and for hours later. So we always try and let her have her eating time. This is her down. This is her down here. Bree Bree. Hi. You saying hi to the camera? Oh yeah? Oh, she says hi. This my hi. You sit and say hi. Woof woof. Woof woof. Woof woof. Oh, she loves it when Dad scratches her back. She's not really sure what this thing is. I keep pointing at her every now and then. Anyway, that's about it.
That's it.
That's it. We'll talk to you when we get back here. Bye now. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Good morning. I think it's still morning. We have traveled on from Regina, not very far. We went about 18 kilometers, I think it was. Can't remember the name of the little place, but we're at a Flying J. What was it, hon?
Balgonie.
Balgonie, or something like that. Anyway, we're at a Flying J. It's really nice. Big, lots of parking, oodles of space, of actual, travel center as opposed to just a little sort of building. Yeah, and it's a Shell, so when we go to buy fuel, we'll actually be able to get our little 3 cents off, which for us is a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention that we've moved on. Here we are, sitting at the Flying J. I'm just going to kind of move around a little bit slowly and show you the biggie trucks. I've got my window open a little. Breeze is coming in. We've got a problem with our not propane, our electric from underneath. Sorry if I move fast. But anyway, highway's over there. 2 roundabouts to get in here, but oh well. And what's going on is the electricity from underneath. We've had 2 days of clouds, and the solar therefore can't regenerate the batteries. So the batteries are really down in power. Gary's trying to figure something out. Even driving out here didn't charge them up enough to turn the lights on the fridge. If we can get the lights on the fridge, we can switch it to full propane instead of auto. Then it'll be running on propane, and even if the lights aren't on, the fridge still should keep cold because it just, keeps it. That's its thing. So anyway, so we are going to be here for a few days, probably a week. That we're going to sit here. Across the way is an Esso with a Tim Hortons in it and a couple of other things. This one looks like it's a better place to be. That one's got a much smaller parking lot, and everybody just kind of parks together. In this one, they actually have the vehicles, the cars, four-wheelers. They're nicknamed by truck drivers. It actually has them separate in that parking lot there. I'm trying to show you that there's an actual division. if I can move over. I can't see the little screen right now, but there's an actual division here between, so you can't drive from that parking lot into this one or vice versa. So you have to go all the way around, oops, over here. You have to go all the way around over that direction to where, see that truck over there, the Arnold Brothers double truck. You get over onto that side, and then there's an exit on that side. So yeah, so it should be okay being here. We're going to be able to put the slide out because we are sitting next to a fence with grass. There's a garbage can right there, so it makes life pretty easy for us right now if we can get the darned electricity going. We've had horrendous weather, super high winds yesterday and the day before, and cloud and rain and it's been cold. So we've been using our propane to heat the house, and I'm hoping it warms up a bit inside and out at night, so that we don't have to use the propane for that, because we really need the propane for the fridge right now. Anyway, if necessary, I'll cook everything up that's in the freezer, and then we can we can just put it in the fridge and eat it. There's not a huge amount left in the freezer, which is good, but we do have two things in there. There's some chicken wings that can't be cooked in a microwave, and there's a piece of pork belly that can't be cooked in the microwave, so we'll have to cook those in the frying pan on low heat. But that also takes electricity, so we could have a bit of a problem. But we can turn on the generator. We still have the generator. We don't want to use all of our fuel because we need enough fuel to get over there to the things on payday, which is on next Saturday. We get our money into the bank, and then we can go again. So this is the joys of living poorly in a motorhome and off grid, as they say. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we will be on here as we need to or as we want to later on. Gary might even take you for a walk around the area. I don't know. But, yeah, we'll have a little chat later. Bye for this time. Good morning. Hello. It's Ebba here. Just doing a little short blurby type of thing. We are in a little place called White City on the way back toward Regina. We stopped at the co-op because we saw the propane tank there. You can see it there sticking up in the sky. And we needed propane, and we needed a bit of fuel. We don't have a lot of money left, so we had to get $50 of fuel and $50 of propane. The weather is still weathering, and not nicely. It's really costing us in propane for heat, and we've got electrical problems. The fridge, thank goodness, is working, even if the lights aren't necessarily on. Gary did a little bit of work this morning on it, cleaned up a couple of points on something or other that he found. There's a panel underneath the fridge on the, well, he has to lay on the floor to get at it. And in there was some fuses and stuff, and he cleaned up a couple of things, and it seems to have helped with the lights on the fridge. The fridge has been working, it works on propane. Propane is actually pretty simple systems. I'm just turning you toward the co-op. You're seeing the bar in the windshield there. But this is kind of a pretty place. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. On our right, I'm just going to move you around slow as I can. On our right side here, there's this big building. It's an office building by the look of it. There's parking kind of behind it in a row here. And there's parking, of course, on the side here at the front. And we were told if we park next to the sign, we're okay and we're allowed to be here for a couple of days. The Flying J kicked us out this morning, which was awesome. They only allow trucks. RVs are not allowed. Of course, nobody told us that, and there's no signs. You know, and most truck stops don't care if you're an RV or a truck, and as long as you stay out of the way of the trucks, they're okay with you, but not in Saskatchewan. It's the most unfriendly RV place that I've ever been in. I mean, we were in an RV before for like 3 years, and now we're in this one, and this is the first time we've been to Saskatchewan in an RV, and it's just really unfriendly. There is hardly anywhere that will allow an RV to park for nothing, so we were lucky. These guys said, yeah, go ahead, park over there, and we told them we have electrical problems. Gary's going to be looking at that and just working on that. So these guys are okay. It's the co-op at White City. So yeah, so I just wanted to, sort of mention that this is where we are now and why. And we're going to kind of settle in here. I think Gary's, I don't know if he's putting the slide out or if he's going to bother. We can access our bedroom and everything without the slide out, so we're good that way. Cooking is not an issue, that sort of thing, so we may just leave it in. And it's warmer actually with the slide in, so we may do that and just, keep it a little warmer in the house. Anyway, I'm going to close this off. I'm trying not to use the whole battery up either, which is why I'm not using, I don't have the microphone on the top, so Gary will have to fix my voice. But yeah, so that's about it for this time. I can't think of anything else we need to add. Okay, I'll talk to you again whenever we get to it. Bye now.